All right, welcome back. This is another lesson. It's going to be entitled, It Doesn't Make Sense, or Does It? I want to give all glory and praise to Yahweh in the name of his son, Yahweh Shai, and double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, our leadership, our teachers, peace, mercy, and grace to the household of faith, the elect, all right, beginning with the 144,000, all right, the teachers, the servants, the prophets, all right, the guys singing a new song, putting their life on the line, in order to teach the flock and lead the flock back to Yahweh through his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai, as well as shalom to the rest of the 1/3 men, women, and children, all right, that are also a part of that elect number, all right, that are not teachers. You know, these are going to be supporters, listeners, followers, and just those that are going to have faith and, you know, the Lord is going to have mercy on in these times to come. All right, collectively, that body is known as the remnant, the elect, according to the Bible, which means the chosen. And Lord willing, you know, this will be an edifying lesson to the chosen. It's going to be short. And, you know, again, this title is It Doesn't Make Sense, or Does It? And as the scripture says that the wicked shall not understand. You have some people waking up and seeing, you know, the writing on the wall and seeing how confusing and how nothing is making sense. You know, what's going on in the United States these days. You know, you got a government that's opening, you know, the borders to any and everybody, letting them just come over here and get resources and being funded by tax dollars, the same tax dollars that's being funded, sent all over the place to fund different nations in their conflicts. You know, meanwhile, you know, citizens of this nation are starving and suffering and, you know, facing all type of straits, and the government isn't doing anything for them. Then you also have multitudes of, you have all this technology and all these, you know, the United States, again, can afford to send all these resources, but yet, you know, you got people, you know, all over these cities, you know, homeless, you know, veterans, men that served in the wars, and, you know, people all over the sidewalks, the streets, you know, everything is just crumbling and you know, looking wild. And, you know, people are looking at these things like, man, like, what happened? You know, what happened to the USA? Like, the USA was way better than this, you know, many years ago. But it used to be a better place. You know, it used to be known as the city with golden streets and, you know, the American dream and all of that. But now people, you know, particularly Edomites, especially, they're seeing like this, something ain't right about this shit. And we about to play this clip, and you're going to hear, you know, this female break down how these things ain't making sense. All right, let's go.
My mental health, I need y'all to check in with me, because I can't be the only one noticing this shit, right? Why is it that in America we have more fitness centers than anywhere in the world or any generation before us, but none of us are actually fit? We have more vitamin and supplement centers than anywhere else in the world or any generation before us, but none of us are actually healthy. They don't do that in other countries, because in other countries, they get their nutrition from their food, which leads me to my next point. We pay more on a daily basis just to obtain regular food, and none of it has any healthy or nutritional properties at all. It's quite the contrary. It's actually poisoning us and making us sick, where we have access to the best medical advancements and technology ever. For the sake of my to exist, we're still a nation chock full of obese, diabetic, cancer patients. We have an abundant amount of mental health resources, but we're all suffering from anxiety, depression, or insomnia, potentially all of the above. We sleep more than we ever did. We're always tired. We drink more water than ever before. We're constantly dehydrated. We work harder than we ever have. We're always fucking poor. We have insane skin regimens, but we're aging in fucking dog years. Like, I just can't fucking wrap my head around it. I seriously can't. Never before in the history of America or in any other country have they put such a large amount of money and attention into health and beauty and not been healthy nor beautiful. And why do you think that is? Never to exist.
All right, so yeah, like she said, it's a nation full of obese, diabetic, cancer patients, right? So it doesn't make sense, man. But why I say in the name of this lesson, or does it, is because when you go to the scriptures, it actually does make sense, because the same scriptures tell you that, you know, the virgin daughter of Babylon would be a land full of many sorceries and enchantments. All of this shit going on in America is sorceries and enchantments. All of it. The pharmaceutical business, which pharmacy, is a Greek word, pharmakeia, which means sorcery. All right. All of these things are sorceries, man. Which is why they have vitamins and supplements, because your food is not nutritious. So you have to get supplements, and the supplements aren't, a lot of those supplements aren't regulated. They don't have anything. So now you just getting got for your money, and you're getting got on so many ways, man. Everything about Babylon the Great is a scam. And that's why, thankfully, the Lord is going to destroy this place. But, in order to understand this and understand why it all makes sense, you have to understand the thoughts of the Lord as best as you can, because we as mortals, we cannot understand and comprehend the mind of the Most High, but we can have an idea of his thoughts through the Holy Scriptures. All right. So this is Isaiah 55:7-8. It says, "Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return to the Lord, and he will have mercy upon him, and to our God, for he will abundantly pardon. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are my ways your ways, saith the Lord." All right, the Lord was clear that he said his thoughts are not our thoughts. So when you look at this world, when you look at what's going on in the States, and you try to, measure it and decipher it according to your thoughts, you're going to get tripped up. That's why, like, when the Lord told Nicodemus in John the 3rd chapter, he had to be born again in order to come into the kingdom. And, it kind of tripped him up. He was like, "How can I be born again?" The Lord is saying you basically have to forsake your thoughts. You have to be taught over. You have to forget what you think you know and learn all over again. Okay, and that's what we had to do coming into this walk, man. We had to, put off who we were, put off what we thought we knew, and had to be taught again, in a spirit of humility and meekness. Scripture says, "Receive with meekness the engrafted word, which is able to save your souls." Proverbs 28:5, "Evil men understand not judgment, but they that seek the Lord understand all things." All right, so that, and looking at the NLT, it says something about, wicked people don't understand justice. And in order to understand what the Lord is doing with Babylon, which the scripture says this is that golden cup that has been in his hand, he's setting it up for justice. He's setting it up for justice for the Israelites, but for the whole earth, man, because what Esau is doing, what these elites are doing and using Babylon to do in the earth, judgment is coming. And when you seek and understand the Lord, you understand that he is not going to acquit them. The scripture says that to marvel if a sinner gets away with the spoils, right? Let's get that. It is a marvel if a sinner escapes with spoils. That ain't it. Sinner spoils. Yeah, Sirach 16:13, it says, "The sinner shall not escape with his spoils, and the patience of the godly shall not be frustrate." All right. So Esau, Edom, and these damn devils, these heathen, they is not finna escape with all these spoils that they have. All right. And the patience of the godly shall not be frustrate. All right. Here's to the faith and the patience of the saints. It's another one I'm thinking. Marvel. Let's try marvel and escape. That's it. Sirach 16:11. Same area. Sirach 16:11. "And if there be one stiff-necked among the people, it is a marvel if he escaped unpunished. For mercy and wrath are with him. He is mighty to forgive and to pour out displeasure. As his mercy is great, so is his correction also. He judgeth a man according to his works. The sinner shall not escape with his spoils, and the patience of the godly shall not be frustrated." All right, so these people ain't going to get away, man. So that's why I brought out Proverbs 28:5. "Evil men understand not judgment, but they that seek the Lord understand all things." So you understand the Lord, you understand that he's setting these people up for the fall, man. Ephesians 5:17. "Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is." That's crucial. All right. When you understand what the will of the Lord is, okay, by listening and being taught and being born again, all right, and accepting, this truth, you understand that there's all of this is written. This is all the Most High's will. It's not our will. Me and one of the bros was talking about this podcaster that we listened to, how he was giving a shout out to Apostle Gabar, but the dude is a damn preterist, which a preterist is one who believes that, the scriptures, the New Testament prophecies were already fulfilled already, primarily in 70 AD. So he shouts out Apostle Gabar, all right, but he doesn't even he don't even believe in the Messiah. And so one thing about this guy is he sees the World War III building up, and he sees the doom and gloom, but his thing is he don't want the nukes to fly off yet, because he still wants to travel the world. Hashtag passport bros, passport gang. He wants to travel the world and fuck on honeys, man. Pretty much. That's not understanding what the will of the Lord is. That's kind of like putting yourself first. Fuck goddamn traveling and popping these hoes, man. We about to get the kingdom. We about to get the kingdom, and we gonna have much more glory, to come. You know what I'm saying? But those that don't understand the will of the Lord, they don't they're gonna put off these things. Verse 18, and be not drunk with wine wherein is excess, but be filled with the Spirit. And being drunken with wine and the Spirit is dealing with philosophies, which America is full of different philosophies to make people drunk, which is why the scripture says that she had making drunk all the nations. A golden cup in a hand full of abominations. This place has people drunk. In Revelation 18, it says that Babylon would have the souls of men. Okay, which the soul it goes to the Greek word suke, which is psyche or psyche, your mind. Okay, Sirach 39:24, as his ways are plain unto the holy, so are they stumbling blocks unto the wicked. So the ways of the Most High are pretty plain to us that believe, like that understand and are studied and listen and teach. We get it, you know what I'm saying? But these are really stumbling blocks to the people, because even if we bring these things out all the time, in public, on the internet, and people can't get it, they're stumbling blocks. That's that. Well, God wouldn't do that, that book was written by men, though. It's just stumbling blocks. They can't even get it. You know what I'm saying? So, back to the title of this lesson, it doesn't make sense, or does it? Okay, it doesn't make sense to the wicked, all right, to the unholy, but to the holy, okay, it makes sense. So, Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson, giving our praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Shalom.